So, okay, anyway, I'll just revise what happened in the last class. So, we found out some trigonometric expressions and relationships between trigonometric ratios. These are the first three equations, which are nothing but trigonometric identities, which are different representations of Pythagoras theorem, right? So, these are from Pythagoras theorem. And all these rest of the identities we got after doing some analysis on trigonometric ratios. So the three basic identities were what? Sine square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1 plus tan square theta equals to secant square theta, 1 plus cot square theta equals cosecant square theta. And we have seen other relationships like sine and cos of complementary angles are equal, and tan and cot of complementary angles are equal. We have also seen some other equations like sine of minus theta is minus sine theta, cos of minus theta is plus cos theta, tan of minus theta is minus tan theta, right? And we derived these two uh, expressions for sine a plus b and sine a minus b using that big derivation, right? We have taken the rectangular components of a line, and then we have related what sine a plus b equals to and what cos a plus b equals to. So sine a plus b was what? Sine a cos b plus cos a sin b. Sine a minus b was sine a cos b minus cos a sin b. And cos a plus b was cos a cos b minus sine a sin b. And cos a minus b was cos a cos b plus sine a sin b. And from these two basic equations, we derived various other equations like tan of a plus b, tan of a minus b, cos 2 theta, sine 2 theta, and so on and so forth. Can you see that? Can you see these expressions?
Yes.
So have you memorized these these relationships between trigonometric ratios?
Yes, sir.
So even if you do not get them memorized right away, you just keep on referring to these expressions again and again. You write them down somewhere at the end of your book, or you can just write it down on a paper and put it on your wall, and you can just go through these equations frequently. So eventually you will get these memorized. Okay, I'll ask you some more questions, and then we'll proceed to the next topic. So tell me again. We'll do a quick revision. What is sine of 90 minus theta?
Theta.
Cos theta.
It is cos theta. Tell me what is sine of 90 plus theta?
Minus cos theta.
Why minus cos theta?
Because it comes in second.
It is in second quadrant, right?
Yes.
So whenever you have 90 or 270, sine becomes cos, cos becomes sine. Now it becomes cos. Now the question is it plus or minus? It is plus. Why it is plus?
Plus.
Because it is in
Second.
second quadrant. So I'm writing that here. This is in first quadrant. This is in first quadrant. This is in second quadrant. Now whether the angle is in first quadrant or second quadrant is judged based on assumption that this theta is what? Acute. This theta is acute. You are getting my point? Okay,
Yes.
tell me what is sine of 180 minus theta?
Sine theta.
See, whenever you have 180,
So cos theta.
sine will be sine only. Now the question is in which quadrant it is that 180 minus theta.
So second.
So it is positive or negative?
So
Positive.
second.
It is positive.
Positive.
Okay, next.
Sir,
Sine
Yeah.
90 minus
cos
sine
was
90.
positive only in fourth quadrant, all silver teacups.
Yes, very good.
So how come it's positive in second quadrant also?
Because you are talking about sine, we are not talking about cos.
Cos.
Okay, sir. Okay.
We are talking about sine here. We are not talking about cos. You don't look at the left hand side. Sorry, you don't look at the right hand side. Look at the left hand side. We are all talking about sine here. We are not talking about cos. Cos is just an answer that you got. You are getting the trigonometric ratio in the question is what? Sine or cos? It is sine. Clear? You are getting my point. Okay, tell me,
Yes, sir.
what is sine
Yes.
of 180 plus theta? So 180 when you have, sine will be sine only, but it is in which quadrant?
Third
Third
quadrant.
quadrant.
Third quadrant. So shall I write positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative.
Negative. Okay, fine. Now tell me, what is sine of 270 minus theta? So whenever you have 270, sine will become cos and cos will become sine. So I'll write
Minus
cos
cos
theta.
theta.
I'll write minus because it is in
Minus
third quadrant.
third quadrant.
Now tell me, what is sine of 270 plus theta?
Minus cos theta.
Minus
cos theta.
minus cos theta because it is in fourth quadrant, right? In fourth quadrant
Yes,
also
sir.
sine is negative. Now whenever you
Negative.
have 90 and 270, sine will become cos and cos will become sine. Whenever you have 180 and 360, sine will be sine and cos will be cos. So what is sine of 360 minus theta? It will be
Minus
sine
sin.
theta only.
Minus sin.
It will be
Minus theta.
because it is in fourth quadrant. Now tell me, what will be sine of 360 plus theta?
Sir, sine theta.
It will
Plus
be plus
sin
sine
theta.
theta only. Why? Because it is in
First
which quadrant?
quadrant.
First quadrant.
It is in first quadrant again. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes,
based on this you can based on this you can write the expressions for other trigonometric ratios also. For example, let me just repeat this. So I'm just repeating this. So let me make some space here. So okay, anyway. So let me make some space here. Yeah, like this. Okay. Now tell me, if I change all these, now suppose I have instead of sine, if I have cos here, now the quadrants won't change. That's why quadrants are like that only, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Can you see that?
Cos theta only.
Yeah. Tell me. Yeah. Okay. I think it is. Tell me, what is cos 90 minus theta?
Cos theta.
Sine theta.
It will be
Sin
sin
theta.
theta because whenever you have 90 or 270, sine will become cos and cos will become sine. So what is cos of 90 plus theta?
minus sine theta.
Minus sin theta.
Minus sin theta.
Because in second quadrant cos is negative. So don't make the mistake of looking at this side and judging positive or negative. Just look at the left hand side. What is in the question is the important thing, or that is the thing we are talking about, positive or negative. This is just an answer. Okay, so don't look at sine, look at cos. So cos is negative in second quadrant. Okay, I'm not looking at sine, I'm looking at cos. Cos is negative in the second quadrant, that's why it is negative. Okay, fine. Tell me, what is cos of 180 minus theta?
Minus cos.
Minus cos theta.
Theta.
Minus cos theta because 180 doesn't change anything. Sine will be sine, cos will be cos, but it is in second quadrant, that's why it's negative. So what is cos of 180 plus theta?
Minus cos theta.
Minus
Minus
cos
cos
theta.
theta because again in first
Cos
quadrant.
theta.
Okay. So what is this?
Sine.
Sir, cos theta only.
Minus
Minus sine. See, whenever you have 90 and 270, sine will become cos, cos will become sine. Whenever you have 90 and
70 and 90.
270. Whenever you have 180 and 360, sin will remain sin and cos will remain cos. We have seen that in the diagram, right? So what is cos of 270 plus theta?
Sir, cos
Sin theta.
sin theta.
Minus sin theta.
Minus sin theta.
Is it minus or plus?
Sir, plus
Plus sin theta, because cos is positive in fourth quadrant. Cos is positive in fourth quadrant, right? What is this?
sir, cos
Theta.
Cos theta. This will also be.
cos theta.
Cos theta.
Cos theta.
This is quite. Now maybe you got the point. What I am trying to say. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now same thing you can do for tan also. Same thing you can do for tan. So same thing you can do for tan. Now tell me. So I'm just erasing all this. And this thing I need tan here. Now tell me what is tan of 90 minus theta?
Cot theta.
Cot theta. What is tan of 90 plus theta?
Minus cot theta.
Minus cot.
Minus cot theta. Tan of 180 minus theta?
Minus
The tan minus 10.
Minus tan theta, because it is in second quadrant. In second quadrant, tan is negative. Okay. And what of tan of 180 plus theta?
10
Tan theta.
It is plus tan theta, because in third quadrant it is positive. So what is tan of 270?
Minus
Theta plus
cot
cot
theta.
theta.
Cot theta or minus
Cot
cot
theta.
theta? It is
Cot
cot
theta.
theta, because it is in third quadrant, right? Tan of 270 plus theta?
minus cot.
Why? Because it has
Minus
come into
cot.
fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant it is negative. So tan of 360 minus theta is
Minus tan theta.
minus tan theta, and tan of
Tan theta.
360 plus theta is same as tan theta. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll ask you some more questions and then we'll proceed to the next topic. Next topic is a very big topic. So anyway, now tell me, sine of minus theta is equal to
Minus
sin theta. Minus
sin
sin
theta.
theta.
Cos of minus theta is equal to
cos theta.
Plus
Plus
cot theta.
cos
Cos
theta.
theta.
cos theta, and tan of minus theta is equal to
Minus tan.
Minus tan. Minus tan.
minus tan theta. Clear? Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is what we learned in trigonometry. Now let me just give you one last revision of all the formulas that we learned, and then we'll proceed. Now tell me first three trigonometric identities. First is sine square theta.
Plus cos theta.
Plus cos square theta equal to 1. Theta is equal to 1.
Is equal to 1. Okay.
Tan square theta
1 plus
tan
tan
square theta
theta equals
1 plus
One
tan
plus-
square theta
Tan square theta is equals to
is equal to
cot
6
square.
square theta. 1 plus cot
And
square theta is equal
1
to
plus
cosec.
cos square theta equals to cos
Cos square theta.
x square theta.
cosecant square theta. Okay, fine. Now, next. After this, we have, sine of a plus b equals sine a
Cos b
Sin A cos
plus
B
cos a sin
Plus cos A sin.
sin B.
plus cos a sin b.
sin b.
Sin B.
Fine.
B.
Sine of a minus b equals to
Sin
sine
a
a
Sin A cos B minus
cos a sin b.
Okay, then we'll come to cos.
Cos a cos b minus sin a
So cos B minus sin A sin B.
sin a sin b.
And then cos of a plus b
Cos a cos b plus sin a. Cos a cos b plus sin a sin b.
So this is minus actually. Cos of a minus b. Yeah. A minus b. Cos a cos b plus
Sin
Sin
a
A
sin
sin
b.
B.
sin b. Okay. So there are two more formulae that you need to know. Tan of A plus B is tan A
plus tan B by
Tan
1
B
tan A
minus
by
tan B.
1.
minus tan A tan B.
So basically this we got from the first two formulas by just taking the dividing the numerator and denominator by cos A cos B. Similarly, tan of A minus B is equal to tan A
minus
minus tan B.
minus tan B by 1 plus tan A tan B.
1 plus tan A.
Okay, fine. Now let me come to this. Okay, let me write it in the center here. Okay, anyway. Okay. Now tell me what is sine 2 theta?
2 sin theta
2
cos
sin theta cos theta.
Theta.
Sine 2 theta equals to 2 sin theta
Cos theta.
Cos theta.
cos theta. There is a variation of this formula that also I am writing. Sine of theta can be written as 2 of
2
sine
sin
theta by 2
Sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2.
theta by 2. Clear? Next.
Yes, sir.
Let me just write down. Okay. Now just let me write down what cos 2 theta is. Cos 2 theta is cos
Cos
square
square
theta.
theta.
cos square theta minus sin theta.
Sin square theta.
Cos square theta minus sin square theta. And we can write a similar formula using this. Cos of theta is equal to
Cos
Cos square
Theta by 2.
by 2 minus sin square theta by
sin square
Sin
theta by
square theta by 2.
basically these two are same things, but we are just rewriting them in a different way. Clear? Okay.
Yes.
Now there are some other versions of this formula because this formula is quite important. It will be useful in various other these things. So cos 2 theta is also equal to 2 cos
1
square
minus
theta. Yeah, 2 cos square theta minus 1. That also we have. Okay. Now based on this, what can we write? Cos theta if we rearrange is equal to root of
1 plus cos root 2
cos
theta
2
by
theta
2.
by 2.
2.
Correct? Similarly, we can write cos 2 theta equal to 1 minus 2 sin square theta. So based on this, what is sin theta equal to?
Root 1 minus cos 2.
Cos 2 theta by 2. Remember? Clear?
Yes, sir.
So based on this, we can write other versions also, like 1 plus cos theta by 2 under root is equal to cos theta by 2. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is one thing. The other thing is, okay, just let me rewrite this. So a similar formula, if instead of plus, if you have minus here, what will you get? Sine of theta by 2. Remember? Okay?
Yes, sir.
So all these things you need to remember. Okay, all these things you need to remember. They will be very useful. The last thing I want to revise is if theta is small, Tell me, if theta is small,
Sin theta is equal to tan theta.
theta equals to sin theta equals to tan theta. Remember? Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And there are several other things that we learned, like slope of a line, all those things. Maybe you remember that, right? So I'll proceed to the next topic now. This is extremely important. Now the thing is, see, the topic that we are starting now is the topic of calculus. Now in calculus, what happened? See, at the time of Newton, the problems he was facing, or the solutions he was trying to give to the problems, were little bit complicated. So the mathematics at the time of Newton was not very advanced. So he thought that the mathematics that is existing presently is inadequate for solving the problems of physics. So he invented this whole branch. At the age of 17 to 21, he invented this whole branch of physics called calculus. Now, what is calculus? You'll understand in a while. Okay. Now, basically, every problem in physics can be solved based on calculus. You will have a law in physics. Based on that law, you will write a mathematical equation, and then to solve that mathematical equation, you will need calculus. You will need the knowledge of calculus, and using the knowledge of calculus, you can solve the problems. Okay. Eventually, slowly, you will understand. But before that, let me ask you one question. What is slope of a line? Slope of any line.
Sir, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1.
Very good. So slope of any line is given by delta y
Delta y by delta x.
by delta x, which is nothing but y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Do you agree?
Yes.
Now, in this diagram, in the diagram above, you have a green line. In that, I can, take any 2 points. I have taken 2 points. Can you see that? I have taken this point on the line. I have taken this second point on the line. Let me call the first point A, and let me call the second point B. Now, if I start from A and end at B, there will be some delta x and some delta y between those particular points. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
For
Yes, sir.
example, if A is x1 and y1, and B is suppose x2 and y2, what will be the value of delta y? It will be y2 minus y1. It will be
Y2 and minus y1.
y2 minus y1. And what will be delta x? It will be x2 minus x1. It will be x2 minus x1.
X2 minus x1.
Clear? Okay. Now, can you see in the diagram where delta x and delta y is?
Yes, sir.
Now, you can clearly see that this is a right angle triangle. This is a right angle triangle. And theta is the angle that this line makes with positive x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, in this triangle, according to our trigonometric ratios, what will relate delta y and delta x? So what is delta y in the triangle, right angle triangle? Which side is it? Is it hypotenuse?
Adjacent.
Adjacent side.
Delta y.
That's it.
Achha, delta y is opposite.
Opposite.
So instead of delta y, I can write opposite side. And instead of delta x, I can write
Adjacent side.
Adjacent.
Adjacent
adjacent
side.
side. Now tell me, what is opposite side by adjacent side in trigonometry?
Sin theta.
Sin theta.
Theta.
No,
Sin theta.
no.
Cot.
Tan.
Sir, tan theta.
It is
Tan theta.
Tan theta.
tan theta. It is tan theta. Okay? It is tan theta. Opposite side by adjacent side is tan theta. You have to know that. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, clear? Opposite by hypotenuse is sine. Adjacent by hypotenuse is cos. Opposite by adjacent is tan. Clear? Now,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
so what is the conclusion here? What is the conclusion here? Conclusion is this. Slope of any line M can be given by tan theta,
Tan theta.
where theta is the angle. Tell me what is theta here?
Angle of inclination.
Okay, theta is the angle.
Between two lines.
Okay, let me just write down. Can be given by tan theta. Okay, slope of any line. Slope of any line. M. Slope M can be given by tan theta, where theta is. Tell me where theta is the angle
The angle
made
between y and x.
by the line with positive x-axis. Positive x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. Are you getting my point? So basically this theta is our polar coordinate. Okay? R comma theta we say, na? We say. So that is this theta.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So what is the conclusion here? M is equal to tan theta. M is equal to tan theta. Now I told you before, long ago, that if line is making acute angle, slope is positive. Right?
Yes, sir.
Here the slope is positive. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Slope
Yes,
is,
sir.
let me write down positive here. Positive. Here the slope is
Negative.
Negative.
negative. Okay. Why? Because if delta x is positive, delta y will be negative. If delta y is positive, delta x will be negative in second case. In the first case, if delta x is positive, delta y will be positive. If delta x is negative, delta y will be negative. Therefore, slope will be positive only. You are getting my point? So
Yes,
just let me write down.
Yes,
M
sir.
is equal to what? Delta y by
Delta x.
delta x. M is also equal to tan theta. Now tell me here, if theta is acute, if theta is acute, in which quadrant it lies?
First quadrant.
The
First quadrant.
First quadrant. Therefore, tan theta is
positive.
positive. And obviously it is already positive, right? So we got it correct. Clear? Now here, tell me what is M equal to?
Delta y by
Delta y by
Delta y by delta x.
Delta x. M is also equal to tan theta.
Tan theta.
theta.
Tan theta.
Okay, fine. Now here, theta is obtuse.
Obtuse.
So tell me, where does this theta lie? Obtuse. Which quadrant?
Second
quadrant.
So it lies in
Second
Q2.
quadrant. Second quadrant.
Therefore, tan theta is
negative.
Negative.
tan theta is negative, and we were expecting negative only. Correct? Clear?
Yes.
Now, is there any other angle that line can make apart from acute and obtuse?
Right angle.
Yeah. No. Forget about right angle. Can
Straight angle.
No. Is it possible that angle is more than 180 for a line?
No, impossible.
No, it is not possible.
No, sir.
Actually, it is possible, but we don't take it. You see.
Sir, how is it possible?
See, like this. If you see the angle up to here, it is more than 180.
Sir, but it is not for one line, it is for two.
No. See, line has two directions. See, a ray has one direction. But a line has two directions. You are getting my point?
Yes.
So this is also an angle, this is also an angle. Both are angles that line is making with positive x-axis, technically. But we
Okay.
always take the smaller angle. You are getting my point? Here,
Yes.
here suppose it
Yes,
is
sir.
making 45 degrees here. It is also making 225 degrees. Here.
Okay, sir.
So, but we don't take the bigger angle, we take the smaller angle. You are getting my point? Here also, suppose here it is making 135 degrees. If we look at this angle, it will make 315 degrees. But we don't take 315 degrees, we take 135 degrees. You are getting my point? So whenever you are looking at the angle that the line is making with positive x-axis, always look at the smaller angle.
Small angle.
Okay. So obviously when you look at the smaller angle, there are only few possibilities. Theta can either be, so
Positive and negative.
okay, let me just write down here. So if I draw a box and write down here. So what are the possibilities of theta? Theta can be
Negative or positive?
0 degrees, acute,
Obtuse.
90 degrees, obtuse. That's all. That's all. Clear? So only 1, 2, 3, 4 possibilities are there. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Now, if theta is 0 degrees, what is the slope?
0.
M is 0. And here it is positive. Here it is undefined.
Positive.
At 90 degrees it is undefined. And at obtuse it is
Negative.
Negative.
You got the summary? Okay? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let me proceed now. So the thing is, the thing about all this, till now whatever we studied, we are talking about which lines? We are talking about straight lines.
Yes.
We are talking about straight lines. For straight lines, slope is what?
Constant.
Constant.
Slope is constant. Slope is constant. That means no matter which 2 points you take and calculate, your slope will be same. Do you agree?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But what if the equation is non-linear? So still now, for the equations of the form y equals mx plus c, we get a straight line.
Straight line.
Straight line means what? Slope is
Constant.
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 And in this particular line, it is
Not constant. It is.
no. In this
It is
y is equal
variable.
to, it is m. No. In the equation above, it is
Okay.
m.
M. Yes.
Okay. Clear? So till now we don't have any problem. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Just let me just make this into a different page. Yeah. So till now we have a constant slope. Okay. Now, irrespective of any point, on the
Line.
function, we get the same slope. Clear? You are getting my point, what I am trying to say. See, suppose this is your equation. Now straight line, equation is a straight line. For example, this is your equation that you plotted. Just let me, okay, this is the equation. Now it doesn't matter where you see. So this is y, right? This is y axis and this is x-axis. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. And you generally plot what? Y is equal to some function of x. Y is equal to some. Y is equal to what? Some function of
Mx
x.
plus c.
What is the meaning of function of x? It will be some
Value.
combination of x. Some combination of x. In this case, what is f of x equal to? Mx plus c. Mx plus c. Correct? Now,
Yes.
so for all x, here I'm writing c, for all x, for all values of x, slope is same. Slope is same and is equal to, tell me, how much?
Mx plus c.
M. Slope is equal to m. So what I'm trying to say is, no matter where you see, here you see, here you see, okay, or here you see, no matter where you see, for any value of x, slope is same. Do you agree? Here also slope will be m, here also slope will be m, here also slope will be m. Do you agree?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
at this point, at this point, at this point, everywhere slope is m, because you stand on the line, you will have the same slope because it is inclined in the constant fashion. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is y is equal to some f of x. Some f of x. You are getting my point? Now, but here I am writing, see, but if f of x is equal to x square, then for different values of x, you will have different
It will
slope.
be different.
You will have
Different slope.
different slope. You will have different slope. Clear? You are getting my point?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, for example, y equals, say, 2x plus 3. So let me just show the graph. So this is the equation of a straight line. Now on this straight, this, if you look at this line, everywhere slope is constant. Can you see that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So here slope is constant everywhere. On this red line, slope is constant everywhere. It is quite clear. So no matter where you stand, if you stand here also, you will have same slope. You will stand here also, you will have same slope. If you stand here also, you will have same slope. Clear? Now let me change it just for little ease. I'll write 0.5. So what do you expect this line to do if I change the slope to 0.5? What will happen to this red line? Instead of 2, I am writing 0.5. What will happen? Tell me.
Slope will become 0.5.
So it will become less or more?
Less.
So it will be more inclined or less inclined? If slope will become less, will it be more inclined or less inclined?
Less inclined.
More
let us see.
inclined.
No, it will be less inclined now. Less slope is less inclination. More slope, more inclination. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So if I press enter here, the inclination will decrease. See, inclination has decreased. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the thing is, no
Sir,
matter
how, sir?
why,
But
because first slope was 2. Now slope is how much?
0.5.
0.5. Slope has decreased. If slope has decreased, the inclination will decrease, right?
Okay, sir.
Yes.
So if I keep on increasing the slope, inclination will keep on increasing. If slope will become almost infinity, it will be almost vertical.
Straight line.
If slope is 0, it will be horizontal. Clear? Now here, in this equation, no matter which value of x you take, for every value of x, slope is same. Correct? If you stand
Same.
Yes, sir.
at x is equal to 2, slope is same. If you stand at x is equal to 4, slope is same. If you stand at x equals to 6, slope is same. If you stand at x equals to 10 also, slope is 10. Even if you stand on x equals to minus 10, slope is same. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So for every x, slope is same. That means what? Slope is not a function of x. Slope is a constant. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Slope doesn't change with x. Slope remains same.
Sir,
Clear?
what about y? The slope
What?
changes with y.
Slope changes with?
Y.
No, it doesn't change with y also. See, for a particular y, at 2 slope is this, at 4 slope is this, at 6 slope is this, at 8 slope is this. So it doesn't matter x or y. Every point will have same slope. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
At 2, 4 you will have same slope. At 6, 6 you will have same slope. At 10, 8 you will have same slope. Everywhere slope is same. Clear?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. Now let us see for y equals to x square. You look at this second equation. Let me change the color to some green. Now if you look at this green equation, see what is happening. If you are going at different x, you will have different slope. At x is equal to 0, slope is 0. Can you see that? Here you can stand. It is like horizontal. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, see, look at green line. If you stand at 0, slope is 0. But if you go at 0.5, slope is little bit more. And if you go at 1, slope is increasing further. If you go at 2.5, slope is quite high. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me one thing. I'll ask you some important questions just to clear the things. If you look at this red line, is the slope positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. Why?
Positive.
Why? Because that red line is making acute angle with positive x-axis. See here it is making acute angle. Clear? So slope is positive. Now what about slope of green line? Is it positive or negative or 0?
0.
No,
Zero.
it depends. It
Zero.
depends. So
That is
no,
very good.
see, it depends. You should ask where. Where? Because at every point slope is different. See, at 0 slope is 0. At 0.5 slope is positive. Why? Because if you draw a tangent here, it will make an acute angle with positive x-axis. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
At 2 also slope is positive because if you draw a tangent here, it will also make an acute angle. But if you come to this side, slope is what? Negative. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes,
if you
sir.
draw a tangent here, slope is negative. That means what? This green colored graph or graph of y is equal to x square has varying slope. And its slope is 0 at 0. Its slope is positive on the positive side and its slope is negative on the negative side. Do you agree?
Negative sign. Yes.
Okay. Let me draw one more graph. Y equals to x cube. Y equals to x cube. Now if you look at this graph, y is equal to x cube. So let me change the color. Let me change it to some blue color. Okay. You look at this blue colored graph, third graph. Y is equal to x cube. Now, can you see that it is not a linear equation, obviously, and its slope is varying, and at 0 slope is 0. Can you see that?
Yes.
And one more thing is there the slope of this blue line is never negative. Can you see?
Yes.
Here also slope is
Yes, sir.
positive. Here also slope is positive.
Sir,
Clear?
but it's negative when it's in third quadrant.
Slope is positive now. See, if you draw a tangent here, which angle will it make with x-axis? Obtuse or acute?
Acute.
Acute.
So slope is positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. See, remember always, whenever you know the slope is like this, if the slope is like this, in this direction, slope is always
Positive.
positive. Whenever the slope is something like this, can you understand my point?
Yes, sir. In X
Then
shape.
slope is
from left
negative.
side, yes.
Slope is negative. You are getting my point, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you got some
Sir,
idea
can you
about
repeat?
slopes now? You got some idea about slopes?
Yes, sir.
So let me just give you one more example and then I'll proceed. I'll give you an example of one graph, very special graph, which you'll come across later in chapters like simple harmonic motion and all. Let me show you the graph of sin x. This is the graph of sin x. Now, this sin x, this graph, if you see, slope is 0 here, slope is 0 here. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, wherever slope is 0, for any function, there either it will have its maxima value or minima value. What do you mean by maxima or minima? That means it is the peak or trough, valley or peak of a mountain, you can say. Clear? Now, see, if you look at this graph, the slope is positive in this region. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because if you draw a tangent, the tangent will make acute angle. Clear? And if you look at this range, slope is negative. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So from here to here, slope is positive. From here to here, slope is negative. But at the peak here, at the trough, the slope is 0. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Same thing for y is equal to x square also. Y is equal to x square also. If you see, the slope will be 0 here, and that is the trough. Can you see? That is the minima of the function. It is the minima of that function. So wherever slope is 0, you will either have maxima or minima. Remember this very well. Okay, I'll repeat that maxima minima topic you will come across obviously, but I'm just repeating that again and again so that it will be very clear for you.
How can it be maximum? 0 would be minimum always.
No, not 0. Wherever slope is 0, there you will either have minimum value or maximum value. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Because see, when the slope is 0, you are turning from increasing to decreasing. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So let me just repeat this. Now, if I come from here to here, the function is increasing. Can you see that? If I am coming from here to here, function is increasing. From here, function is decreasing. Can you see? So function is increasing or decreasing depending on the value of y. If the value of y is increasing, function is increasing. If the value of y is decreasing, function is decreasing. Clear? Now this sin x is increasing in this range and it is decreasing in this range. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
When the function is increasing, slope is positive. When the function is decreasing, slope is negative. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, between increasing and decreasing, you will have maxima. Between decreasing and increasing, you will have minima. Clear? Between increasing and decreasing, you will have maxima. Between decreasing and increasing, you will have minima. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Once more,
Anyway.
sir.
Yeah.
Once more, sir.
See, from here to here, function is increasing. Why? Because value of y is increasing. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
And from here to here, function is decreasing. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Now, between the two ranges, between increasing and decreasing, and when increasing, the slope is positive. When decreasing, the slope is negative. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So, between those two regions or ranges, there will be maxima. So, when you go from increasing to decreasing, or when you go from positive slope to negative slope, you will have maxima. When you go from decreasing to increasing, or when you go from negative slope to positive slope, you will have a minimum.
Minimum. Okay, sir.
Don't worry, this topic will come separately. But I am just telling that because everything is interrelated. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, in fourth quadrant, angle is negative.
In fourth quadrant?
first and fourth quadrant, angles will be negative with respect to the straight line.
I didn't understand your doubt. Tell me. Here.
First and fourth quadrant, angles will be negative now with respect to the straight line.
Your sound is not clear. Can anyone else repeat her doubt? Angles will be positive in? Anyone?
You can. Sir, she can type her doubt.
Just type your doubt. Your mic is not clear, that's why. Okay. Are you typing your doubt? There is a symbol for messages. You can click on that and type. Okay, shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anyway. See, so whenever you have a straight line, finding slope is very easy. What do? You take any 2 points. You can use the formula of what? y2 minus y1 by y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 and you'll get your answer. Clear?
We can take tan theta also, no, sir?
Yeah, you can do tan theta also.
Okay.
But either way, it is the same thing. If you know the angle, use tan theta. If you know the angle, use the formula of tan theta. If you know coordinates of 2 points, if you know the coordinates of
Delta y by delta
2
x.
points, then you can use delta y by delta x to get your answer. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now, suppose you don't have a straight line. You have a non-linear equation. What do you have? A non-linear equation.
Non-linear equation.
See, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Till now, y is equal to mx plus c. You have equations like y equals to mx plus c. But now we have a non-linear equation. So here I am writing y is equal to some function of x, and this function of x is a what?
Non-linear.
Non-linear equation. Now tell me 1 or 2 examples of non-linear equation.
X square plus y
X
plus
square.
1.
Yeah, non-linear equation. So if you have a non-linear equation, then the graph is not a straight line. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Graph is not a
It can be sometimes parabola also.
straight line. It can be parabola, hyperbola, it can be anything. Okay? Therefore, graph is not a straight line. Now, the problem is when we have this kind of situation, slope is different at different points. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But if you want to find the slope and use the formula of delta y by delta x, you need to have a straight line. Do you agree?
Yes.
But this is
Yes.
not a straight line. But you know that if you take a very small part of a big line, it will be a straight line. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now suppose I take the small part of a straight line. The small part. Can you see that the section I have taken? The section I have taken, if you
It's
see,
a straight line.
it is a straight line. Can you see?
Yes.
So if I take these two points in the neighborhood, say let me call it point A and point B. Okay, these 2 points. So between those 2 points, even though it is a curved line, if you take a small section, it will be a straight line. Do you agree?
Yes. And we can find by delta y
Yes,
by
sir.
delta x.
Yeah, very good. We can find delta y by delta x. But before that, let me just do this thing. I'll just join the corresponding points on y-axis. I'll join the corresponding points on y-axis. Now the thing is, see, watch carefully now. Watch very carefully what is happening here. Now I've taken a small section of this big line. Okay. Now this point, I'm taking it as x. I'm taking it as x. So what will be this point?
x2.
Okay, it will be in the neighborhood of x, right? So I'll call
Yeah.
it x plus
Acha, x plus.
dx. What is dx? Small change in x. Okay, see, delta x is a big change in x.
Change
Clear?
in x.
Now in Greek, delta is capital D. Okay, big change. In Greek, delta is capital D and small d is small d only. Small d is same. So what is dx?
Small change in x.
This is a small change in x. So this is small change in x. This is a small change in x. Do you agree? Now, if this is x and this is x plus delta x, what will be this? What will be this?
Sir, what? Which one, sir?
This thing, this yellow line.
It will
This
be
yellow. What will be the length of that yellow line?
coordinates of this both.
X and then x minus.
Yeah. It
X
will be
plus dx minus x.
x plus dx minus x, which is equal to
Yellow line.
Then x.
dx. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
See, if this point is x and that point is x plus dx, what will be the distance between them, or what will be the separation? It will be dx. Do you agree?
dx. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Now tell me, what will be this point? What will be this point?
Sir, y.
Y.
If you watch carefully, it is f of x. Correct? And this point will be f of x plus dx. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
See, for x it is f of x. For x plus dx it will be f of x plus dx. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So if you
Sir,
look
can you
at,
please, what is function this f?
yeah, I'm showing that. So if y of x is equal to x square. Now see, y is equal to x square, and near y can you see that f is written in the left top corner?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So basically, yeah. So basically, y is a function of x. Y is a function of x. ये जो y की वैल्यू है ना, वो वैल्यू x के वैल्यू पे डिपेंड करती. y की वैल्यू किस पे डिपेंड करती? x के वैल्यू पे. Clear? The value of y will depend on value of x. Are you getting my point?
Yes,
So
sir.
इसमें y डिपेंडेंट है और
Yes,
x
sir.
डिपेंडेंट.
देखो, x is independent. x की वैल्यू आप डालते हैं, y की कुछ वैल्यू निकल के आती. See, here y is equal to x square ना, तो if you put 1 in place of x, what will be y equal to 1 square? Clear? तो y की वैल्यू कितनी निकली? 1. इनपुट क्या डाले आप? 1. x की वैल्यू कितनी डाले? 1. तो y की वैल्यू कितनी निकली? 1 स्क्वायर.
1.
1 स्क्वायर इज 1. अगर x की वैल्यू आप डालते 2, तो y की वैल्यू कितनी निकलती? 4. Why? Because
फिर इंटरडिपेंडेंट हुए ना, अगर y की
interdependent.
16 है तो x की 4 हो गई.
Obviously, but generally x is the
Independent.
independent variable. Y जो है ना depends on x. You are getting my point?
Got it, sir.
See, for example, if x is minus 1, y is 1. If x is minus 2, y is 4. Why? Because y की वैल्यू डिपेंड करती है x पे. अगर x 3 डाल दिया तो y की वैल्यू कितनी आएगी? 9,
9.
और x -3 डालोगे तो y की वैल्यू कितनी आएगी? 9.
9.
That means y is a function of x, so y can be written as f of x also. Clear? And what is f of x? F of x is x square. F of x can be sin x also. F of x can be cos x also. F of x can be mx plus c also. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So function मतलब क्या? Function मतलब some combination of x. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
तो f of x जो है ना, एक मशीन है जिसमें अगर आप रॉ मटेरियल डाल रहे हो तो एक प्रोडक्ट आ रहा है. ठीक है? क्लियर? क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, see, x की वैल्यू कुछ है यहाँ पे, x की वैल्यू कुछ है, तो y की करस्पॉन्डिंग कुछ वैल्यू आती है, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द फंक्शन. क्लियर? नाउ इन द नाइबरहुड ऑफ x आई हैव टेकन वन पॉइंट x प्लस dx, तो x प्लस dx का भी कुछ वैल्यू आता है, f of x plus dx. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
I'll show you in the graph here. So see, f of 2 क्या है? f of 2 4 है. क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
f of 2 4 है, तो f of 2 प्लस 0.1 कितना आएगा? कुछ आएगा?
4.2.
2.1 होल स्क्वायर आएगा. 2.1 होल स्क्वायर. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
For example, what is 2 square? 2 square is 4. तो 2 की जगह आपको आ गया 4. 2 के नाइबरहुड में एक और पॉइंट है 2.1. 2.1, तो 2.1 स्क्वायर क्या आएगा? 4.4 आएगा. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So f of x is like f of 2. Clear? f of x is like f of 2. f of x plus dx is like f of 2.1. समझ गए?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, तो 2 के लिए आई वैल्यू 4, 2.1 के लिए आई वैल्यू 4.4. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट?
Yes, sir.
और अगर नाइबरहुड और भी क्लोज है तो आप ले सकते हो 2.01 स्क्वायर. 2.01 स्क्वायर अगर डाला आपने तो आएगी वैल्यू आपको अप्रोक्सीमेटली 4 ही आएगी. बट इफ आई इंक्रीज द डेसिमल अप टू 10 places, then you can see that it is 4.0401. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So basically you see this 2 and 2.01. 2 is like x, 2.01 is like x plus dx. Clear?
Yes, sir.
4 is like
Yes,
f of
sir.
x, and 4.0401 is like f of dx. Sorry, f of x plus dx. Clear? Okay. तो बेसिकली
Yes, sir.
ये है आपका x और ये है f of x. क्लियर? एंड उसके नाइबरहुड में है आपका x प्लस dx, और यहाँ पे आएगा आपको f of x plus dx. क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
ओके
sir.
ओके ओके फाइन. सो दिस इज क्लियर राइट?
सर यानी x का फंक्शन हमेशा y एक्सिस पे होगा.
कौन सा?
x का फंक्शन हमेशा y एक्सिस पे होगा.
हाँ, y is always f of x. Y is always f of x. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Now tell me, what is slope of this small segment? ये जो स्मॉल सेगमेंट है ना अपना, ये वाला दिखाई दे रहा है आपको? ये जो स्ट्रेट लाइन दिखाई दे रही है, so what is the slope of that line? Tell me.
The dy by dx.
Very good. It is dy by dx. Very good. Very good. Very good. Slope of the small element is dy by dx. Agreed? Okay. So until now it was delta y by delta x, right? So delta y by delta x has changed to dy by dx. Clear?
Yes.
So delta y by delta x is fine if you have a straight line. Can be used for a straight line, right?
Sir, the slope which we are finding will be only for that small element.
Yes, yes. You'll understand. Wait. So this can be used for straight line. But for nonlinear equations,
dy by dx.
but for nonlinear equations, we have to restrict the slope to a small range. Range बोल सकते हैं ना उसको. Small range near x. Say delta x. Say delta x या dx?
dx.
Dx. And slope is given by, tell me,
F of dx.
dx dy by
dy by
dx.
dx.
dy by dx. So let me write in different color. So slope is equal to dy by
dx.
dx. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Now the thing is, what is dy by dx in our situation? Let us try to understand. This is very extremely critical. Okay, and from this you can derive all the formulas of derivatives. All the formulas of derivatives you can derive. So let me see what dy by dx is. Now if you look in the diagram, what is dy? This is dy. Do you agree?
Yes.
But according to the diagram, what is the value of dy? It is
X plus d.
f of x plus dx minus f of x. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So here I am writing down dy is equal to f of x plus dx
F of
minus
minus f of x.
f of x. Okay. And what is dx equal to? Obviously, it is
X
x
plus
plus
dx.
X
dx
plus d minus x.
minus x, which is obviously, dx only. Okay. So according to this, what is the formula? Slope. Therefore, slope is equal to dy by dx is
dx.
equal to f of x plus
X
dx
plus dx
minus
Minus
f of x by
by x plus dx minus x.
minus x. Very good. Now, therefore, dy by dx is equal to f of x plus dx minus
F
f
of
F of x.
by
x.
dx,
Sorry, yes, dx.
right? Now, actually, we have derived at the most important formula in calculus. There are only two formulas in calculus, basic formulas, fundamental formulas. Among the two, we have derived the first formula. This is called fundamental.
So we should learn this full derivation.
Yes. Theorem of differential calculus. There is nothing to learn here. It is obvious.
Yes.
It is just the slope. Differential calculus. Now, this
Okay.
dy by dx, see, dy by dx is called the derivative y. It is called the derivative of
Y.
So derivative of y or m.
let me write that down. Derivative of y equals to f of x. It is the derivative of y equals to f of x.
Okay.
And don't worry, you'll understand in a while what I'm trying to say. Dy by dx is also written in a different way as f dash of x. It is also written as f dash
F
of
dash of x.
Now let me just tell you that this notation, actually there is a big story. This notation and this notation were given by different people. So this notation was given by a very famous German mathematician called Leibniz. Okay, it was given by a very famous German mathematician called Leibniz. Okay, so this is given by Leibniz, and this was given by Newton. So when Newton was an old man, like in his 50s, Leibniz was a youngster in his 20s. So basically, these two people together independently, invented calculus. But the thing is, Newton wrote down this book first, but he published later after Leibniz published. So basically, there was some rivalry between these two scientists at that time about who invented calculus. But obviously, later it was found out that after the death of Newton, that both of them together proposed this. Okay. Now let me write down this. What is f dash of x according to Leibniz?
dy by dx.
Again, f dash of x can be f of
dy.
x plus dx. So according to
Plus
Newton,
x.
according to Newton, he wrote this formula: f of
F
x plus dx
dx plus x
minus
minus
f of x
By dx.
by
by
dx.
dx. Okay. So according to our Leibniz, how did he write? Dy by dx is equal to
F of x plus dx minus f of x by dx. Minus f of x
dx minus
f
f
of x by dx.
by dx. So these are actually extremely wonderful things. Don't worry.
Sir, is there any difference between f dash of x or dy by dx?
No. They are just different notations. What do you
Only
mean by
notation is different.
Notation is different. That's all.
Okay.
See, it's like different languages. That's all. You're getting my point. They mean the same thing.
Sir, where is this used?
Everywhere. Throughout your 2 years, you will use this. Don't worry. You'll get to know slowly. Because these are not easy things. See, these are not difficult either. These are not easy and these are not difficult. Now, what makes difference between, something that is easy and difficult in this world is anything that requires attention and time is difficult because nobody is ready to give attention and time. Patience. Okay. Now, I'll tell you one thing. I'll just give you, a lot of derivatives and lot of formulas for different functions using this formula. Okay. Now, before giving the derivatives, let me explain what this is. So basically, what this gives us the derivative is what? Derivative is nothing but slope of a function. Slope of a function. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
I'll give you one example. Tomorrow I'll give you all the derivatives, but today I'll give you one example and you will understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now you know that x square is not a linear function. Its slope is different at different point. Can you agree that?
Yes, sir.
Now let me find the slope of that function y equals to x square, and I will prove it to you that it will give you the slope. In 1 minute I'll prove it. Okay, so now our function, so the function we are analyzing now is what? Function is y equals to x square.
X square.
Okay, so the function is y equals to x square. So we can also write down this in a different way. Instead of y is equal to x square, what we can write? Y equals to x square. Instead of that, how can I write? I can also write f of x is equal to x square. Both are same. You are getting my point. Why? Why? Because y is equal to f of x, right? You are getting my point.
Yes,
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 sir.
sir.
So this is one notation, that is one notation. So either way we will see. So if y is equal to x square, let us try to see what is dy by dx. If y is equal to x square, what is dy by dx? You tell me.
Dx square by dx.
No. What is dy by dx?
dx.
What is our formula?
F of x
F of x plus
plus
dx
2x minus x.
minus f of x by
2.
D of x.
dx. So what is f of x plus dx? It is x plus dx whole square. Minus what is f of x? It is x square. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
No, sir. Can you repeat this one?
Yeah, I'll repeat it.
How?
See, if f of x is x square, what is f of alpha? Let me write down here. If f of x is x square, what is f of alpha? It is
Alpha square. Alpha square.
Alpha square.
What is f of 2? It is 2 square.
2 square.
What
2
is f
square.
of 9? It is 9 square.
9
9
square.
square.
What is f of 2.1? It is 2.1 square.
Okay,
1
sir.
square.
Understood, sir.
So what is f of anything? F
It's
of
square.
f of apple will be
Apple square.
It doesn't happen like that, but I'm just saying. So f of x plus dx will be f of x. You know, it will be x plus dx whole square. You are getting my point.
Yes.
So I'm writing that also. F of x plus dx is x plus dx.
Whole square.
You are getting my point.
Yes.
So tell me, what is remaining here? Dx. Now everybody knows what is a plus b whole square. Tell me.
X
Plus 2ab plus
square.
A square plus,
2ab plus d square.
so 2x dx plus dx square minus x square by
Dx.
dx. Okay. So tell me what is dy by dx. So dy by dx
2x. 2x
equal to,
dx.
see this x square and x square will cancel.
Yes.
So what will remain?
2x dx plus dx square.
2x dx
Plus
plus dx
2x
square by
dx.
dx. If I separate the
2x plus dx square. Or
it will
2.
be 2x plus dx.
Yes.
Why? Because 1 dx will cancel. Here 1 dx will cancel. Shall I
Yes.
do it? Or
No, sir.
you are getting this step right?
Yes.
Yes,
Everybody?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, but what is dx? Is small. Whenever you have a small number, when you add it, you neglect it. Okay? Whenever you have a small number, its addition or subtraction is neglected. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So what is the answer? What is dy by dx?
2x plus dx.
No, it is only 2x. dx is ignored.
Ignore. Okay.
So dx is ignored. See,
Small value. Yes, sir.
it is small value. When you add it, you don't
It's
have
neglected.
neglect. So dy by dx is what? 2x. That
2x.
means what? the conclusion is the derivative of
dy by dx equal to f of 2x.
y equals to, or the derivative of x square is 2x. Correct? In other words,
Yes, sir.
if y is equal to x square, then tell me, dy by dx is equal to 2x. Or I can write it in a different way also. If f of x equals to x square, then f dash of x is equal to 2x. Clear? In other words, what is derivative? Tell me. Slope.
So it is the slope of a function.
Slope of x square is 2x. Slope of x square is 2x. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So let me just explain what is the meaning of slope of x square is 2x. So this is x square. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
So I'll write 2x here. Y equals to 2x. So you got these two graphs. So this blue color graph and red color graph. Now my claim is this. This blue color graph is x square, red colored graph is 2x. Slope of blue colored graph is equal to the value of red color graph. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you repeat?
Slope of x square is 2x. Just now we proved.
Yes.
That means what? The slope of this blue colored graph is equal to the value of red color graph.
Yes, sir.
See, slope of x square is 2x, right?
Yes.
That means slope of this blue colored graph is equal to the value of red colored graph. Do you agree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, let us look at x is equal to 0. What is slope of blue graph?
0.
0.
0.
What is value of red graph?
X.
0. 0. Look at y value.
Okay.
So at x is equal to 0, slope of blue graph is 0, value of red graph is 0. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, as I am going towards right, what is happening to the slope of blue graph? It is increasing.
Increasing.
And is the slope positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive.
Now, what is happening to the value of red graph? It is increasing and it is in positive.
Positive.
Okay. Let me come to the left side. What is
Decrease.
happening to the slope?
Decrease.
Increasing.
Whatever it is, the slope is becoming negative. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And it is becoming more and more negative. Slope. Because what is slope? Slope depends on the slope of the tangent, right? If I draw a tangent here, it will make an obtuse angle. If it makes an obtuse angle, then what will be the slope? Negative, right? So here value is becoming negative. Can you just get some understanding or sense that the slope of this blue graph is value of the red graph? Can you get that understanding?
No, sir.
See, slope of this blue graph is equal to the value of the red graph. You are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Sir, how?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We
Sir,
just
what
know.
is the value and what is the...
If you take
See, at this point, what is the slope of graph?
0.
What is the value of red graph?
0 only.
0.
Now look at this point 2.2. Okay. There, what is the slope of blue graph? Is it positive?
2.
4.
Positive 2.
4.
No. What is the slope of that graph? Tell me.
4.
Positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. And what is the value of red graph? It is also positive.
Positive.
And look at this point. What is the slope of the graph here?
negative.
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 What is the
Negative.
value of red graph? It is also negative.
Yes, sir.
And you see, as the slope is increasing, the value is also increasing of the red graph. And here,
Yes, sir.
as the slope is increasing in negative value, the value is also increasing in the negative value. That means we can make some sense that the slope of this blue graph is equal to
Slope of red
the
graph.
value of red graph. Are you getting my point? Slope of this blue graph is equal to value of red graph. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because the derivative of x square is 2x. That means slope of the graph or slope of the function x square will be equal to what? 2x. Are you getting my point? Now one more thing. Is the slope variable or constant for blue line?
It's a variable.
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 That's why the red line also has a variable value. Are you
But
getting my
red line is a straight line.
what?
Sir, the red line is a straight line, so its
Its
value
slope
must.
is constant, but its value is not constant.
Okay, sir. Okay, okay.
Its slope is constant, its value is not constant. Okay, clear? Let me give you one more example. Let me give you one more example and I'll end the class. Tomorrow I'll go into the details of this. If y is equal to x, if y is equal to x, what is dy by dx? What is dy by dx? If y is equal to
dx
x,
by dx,
so dy by dx is what? Tell me.
dx by dx, or dy by dy.
No. If y is equal to,
So only x.
yeah, dy by dx is equal to, what is the formula again? F of x plus dx minus
Minus f of
by dx. Clear? Now tell me, what is f of x plus dx? It is x plus dx. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is quite easy, right? Because if f of x is x, if f of x is, if f, see, here, f of x is what? Equal to x, right? If f of x is x, f of alpha is alpha, f of beta is beta. So f of x plus dx will be x plus dx. Clear? Minus, tell me, minus x by dx. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
This
sir.
x will cancel. What will remain?
Dx by
dx.
dx.
So what
dx
will
by
be dy
dx.
by dx?
1.
1.
1.
Is equal to 1. Now slope is 1 and you can directly see, right, y is equal to mx plus c. What is m? 1, right? The slope is 1. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
That
Yes,
means
sir.
here I can conclude, see, if y is equal to x, then dy by dx is equal to 1. Okay? Or if f of x is equal to x, then tell me, f dash of x equal to 1. Correct? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So one is in Leibniz style and one is in Newton style. Therefore, slope of y equal to x, or slope of x is
Sir.
always 1. Now tell me. Any doubt?
Sir, how can we say that whenever we add something to a small number, the product is negligible?
Whenever you add,
Whenever we add or subtract something from a small number, the outcome is negligible.
no. Whenever you add or subtract a small number to something else, then you can ignore that. See, what is 1000 plus 0.001?
1,000 actually.
It is 1000. That means you can ignore that addition or subtraction. You're getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So here, what is dy by dx? You got it as equal to dx by dx. Dx will cancel and you will get 1. So what is dy
1.
by dx? You got 1. You are getting my point? That means slope of x is always 1. Slope of x is always 1. Let me show you. See, if y is equal to x, if I plot, what will I get? I'll get this one blue colored line. What is y equal to 1? Y equal to 1. I'll get this line. Are you getting my point? Can you see?
Yes, sir.
That means what? The slope of this red line is the value of the blue line. Can you see? Why? Because the derivative of x is what? Let me just write down. This is y equal to x. Red line is y equal to x. Okay. Blue line is y equal to 1. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
That means the slope of x is what? 1 always. And it is a constant value. Everywhere slope is 1. That's why the corresponding slope is always 1 for the red line. Are you getting my point? That means the slope of red line is equal to the value of blue line. Are you getting my point? What is slope of
Yes,
red
sir.
line? Everywhere it is 1. The value is everywhere 1 for the blue line. Clear? Okay. Now, what if f of x is constant? If f of x is constant, tell me some constant value. 5. That means if y is equal to 5, what will be the value of dy by dx? Let us see. What is dy by dx? Tell me.
f of x plus dx minus f
So
of
f of x plus dx minus f of x by dx.
By dx.
So tell me, what is f of x plus dx according to this? It doesn't matter, right? Every time it is 5. So I'll get 5 minus 5. You're getting my point?
Yes.
So irrespective of value of x, it is always 5. So by dx you'll get. So what is the value of dy by dx? Tell me.
0, sir.
0. How did you get? You got 0 by dx. Now we know that dx is a small number, but 0 is still smaller, right? What do you mean by dx? Dx is like 0.00001. It doesn't matter. So 0 by 0.001 is still 0. Correct? What is dy by dx?
0.
So I can write that. So the conclusion is this. If y
Says y equals to x plus dx.
yeah, tell me.
Sir, is y equals to x plus dx.
Is y equal to f
plus-
of x. Y is equal to f of x.
Okay, sir.
Y is
And
equal to
what
f
about
of
the first 5? You wrote 5 minus 5.
yeah,
Second
because
5 is I know from x.
yeah, f of x is 5. So for any value of x, it is always 5. You're getting my point. It doesn't depend on x. You're getting my point. See, let me write down here. If f of x is equal to x, f of 1 will be equal to 1. F of 2 will be equal to 2. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Now, if f of x is equal to x square, then f of 1 will be equal to what? 1 square. F of 2 will be equal to 2 square. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
If f of x is equal to log x, then f of 2 is equal to log 2. F of 3 is equal to log 3. Clear? If f of x is some 10, it doesn't matter, right? What is f of 2? It is still 10. What is f of 3? It is still 10. Why? Because the value will not depend on x. Irrespective of x, it is always 10. This value will depend on x. This value will depend on x. You're getting my point?
But what happened to x plus dx in the upper derivation?
Okay, tell me, what is f of 2 plus 0.01? It is still 10, right?
Yes, sir.
So if f of x is 10, f of x plus dx is also 10.
Then okay, sir.
Clear na?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm just erasing this. Okay. So you are getting my point? So what is slope here? If y is equal to 5, f of x is also equal to 5. And what is dy by dx?
0.
0. What is f dash of x? 0.
0.
Therefore, slope of y is equal to
0.
y is equal to slope of y is equal to 5 is always 0. You're getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So if you see the graph, so let me write y is equal to, what was the thing? 5, right? Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
second thing is y is equal to 0. And if you look at the graphs, it is obvious, right? If you look at the red line, which is y equal to 5, what is the slope of that red line everywhere? What is the slope of red line? This red line.
So,
0.
See, everywhere the slope of this red line is 0. That's what the value of blue line is, right? So slope of
Yes,
the
sir.
red line is equal to value of the blue line. Clear? Okay?
Sir, how
Yes,
many
sir.
functions can we create?
What?
Sir, how many functions can we create for this derivation, dy by dx?
Any function. But there will be some standard functions that I'll give you tomorrow. So based
Okay,
on
sir.
that, you can find the derivative of any function that you get in physics at least.
Okay, sir.
Obviously, there are some functions which are very complicated that maths people will do, but we will not do. We will do only simple things. Clear? So let me do the last derivation. Y equals to mx plus c. Y equals to mx plus c. Everybody knows what the slope of this function is already, right? What is the slope of this function? M. Can you see that? Slope
yes,
of,
sir.
because it is a linear
Yes,
equation, but
sir.
according to our formula also you should get m only, right? So let us see. So if y equals to f of x, what is dy by dx? F of x plus dx minus f of x
F of x
by
by
dx.
dx.
Okay. Now let me substitute what is this f of x plus dx. You tell me what is f of x plus dx. Therefore,
f of x,
dy by dx is equal to, tell me,
fx,
tell me.
fx,
No, no, no.
X plus
minus
dx.
f.
M x plus dx plus c. Do you agree? This is f of x plus dx minus what is f of x? Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Any problem in this?
No,
Sir,
sir.
can you please explain once again?
See, f of x is what?
fx,
Mx plus c, right? See, f of x is mx plus c.
yes, sir,
What is m of alpha? Sorry, f of alpha. Here, see,
alpha,
f of x is mx plus c. Therefore, f of alpha is m alpha plus c. Do you agree? What will be f of k? mk plus c. Correct? What is f of anything? Tell me. Theta,
m theta plus c.
m theta plus c. So what
Sir,
is,
what does c stands for?
what?
What does c stands for?
Constant. C is a constant. It is y-intercept in y is equal to mx plus c. M is slope. Are you getting my point? So tell me, what is f of x plus dx? In place of x, what will you take? Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
What is f of a x square plus something? So, tell me. P plus q. It will be m of p plus q
P plus Q
plus
plus
c.
C.
Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me continue. So what is dy by dx? Shall I erase this? Okay. So tell me what is dy by dx. Tell me. Mx plus
Plus
mdx
C.
plus
Plus
c
dx
minus mx minus c by
dx.
dx. Any problem?
No, sir.
What will cancel? Mx will cancel. C will cancel. So what is remaining? Tell me.
M only. Only M.
mdx by
dx.
dx. So what is dy by dx? M.
M.
Therefore, if y is equal to mx plus c, dy by dx is equal to.
M.
Are you getting my point? What I am trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now the thing is, this m is a constant. It is not a function of x. That's why it is a linear equation. You are getting?
Yes.
Therefore, slope of y is equal to mx plus c is m,
M.
which is a constant. Therefore, this is a linear equation.
Linear equation.
Clear? Now, what was the slope of x square? It was
2x.
2x. So, is it constant or variable?
Variable.
Variable.
Therefore, y is equal to x square is a non-linear
Equation.
Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So don't worry. The thing is, you go through this again and again. Today, tomorrow, we will start again. We'll revise again. I'll explain again. Okay? Because these are not the things that will come easily. It will take some effort. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
So I'm ending the class. I think today we
Sir,
some extra time. Yeah, tell me.
sir, I wanted to ask in first and fourth quadrant, angles will be negative, na sir?
Just can you type your doubt? I think it's not. Yeah. Your mic is. I think. Are you using earphones?